Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Well, I hope you had a good Christmas. We got a little tied up, didn't we, and we missed Thursday's video. I am very, very sorry. Yes, bit of a muck up on my calculations. I thought I had one done. I obviously didn't. But yes, too busy enjoying the festivities. Anyway, today we are going to pair our Brachypelma auratum. Now these are a really cool spider, very, very pretty spiders, and they're one of the brackies that we don't see a huge amount of, so they're well worth actually pairing them up and seeing what we can do. Now the video that you're about to see went on for a little while. It really did. They were true brachy fashion. They took their time, they mucked about, and yeah, we're still not 100% sure as to whether or not we've got a successful insemination, but fingers crossed. So without further ado, let's go and have a little look at the video and then we can have a chat. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Well, today we're going to attempt to pair our Brachypelma auratum. Now these really are a stunning spider, very, very pretty, and as we can see, the markings on the legs, they're more red rather than orange. They really are a classy looking spider. Very, very nice. Now this female molted out a couple of months ago, although she's looking quite brown already. So we're going to give him a try. Our male is mature. He's been mature a little while now. So we're going to put him in. Now, as you can see, he's gone into the enclosure. You just give a little tiny movement there. You see that very, very slight movement in the legs? She's showing no indication whatsoever that he's even there. And we find this with the brackies. When we've attempted to pair them, we don't do many. We've only got a few Brachypelmas. And I'll be honest, they're one of those spiders that they don't excite me like the old world stuff does, but they are truly splendid in their own right. Here he comes. Now he's going to start moving around. Now you'll see with these as well, they have very prominent tibial hooks, very, very obvious. Now when we started to pair these, we noticed there was a couple of things that seemed to be making life a little awkward. Now you'll see there that these guys are on cocoa fibre, which is something that I don't particularly like using, but they do seem to do better on a slightly drier substrate, which is quite good for. You can see them tibial hooks there that we were talking about on that leg on the left, very, very prominent, and you can see there he's got some gentle shaking going on, a little bit of vibration. She still has shown nothing yet. Whoa, there we go. That's the first sign that she's given that she's even aware of him. And you see there's no aggression. He's still introducing himself very gently. There we go, now we've got contact. This is often the danger point, is the actual first contact. The fact that she just sat there allowed him to touch her leg like that. She seems quite willing at the moment. You can see the red on those legs, absolutely beautiful. The auratum is one of the lesser commonly seen Brachypelma. We all see the homori, the bohemi, very, very regular. The auratum we don't see so often, which is a real shame because they are absolutely spectacular looking spiders. Whoa, Oh, they see that dive from her then. And who says New Worlds aren't fast? She was across in the blink of an eye. He didn't take no trouble from her though, look at that. He's responded straight into a clinch. You can see his pedipalps working away underneath there. He's looking for that epigastric furrow. Now you see from that initial rush that she gave him, she has now settled down and she's behaving much better. It's almost like that initial rush is just to test him, see whether he's worthy or not. Now this is one of the things we were talking about earlier on. We noticed there was a few things here that were causing problems, and you see there that the male is absolutely struggling to get any kind of purchase. And this is because the cocoa fibre is so dry and it's literally just disappearing like sand underneath his feet. Very, very difficult for him to actually gain any kind of purchase. She's gone up the side of the enclosure and she is now falling out the other side. So we are going to help him, or help her. We don't want her to actually fall down. We're hoping to try and get her back on the inside, but he's adamant that we're going the other way. So we're going to leave them be, let them see what they do. Remember, when you're pairing your spiders, it doesn't make any difference if they pair inside the enclosure or outside, as long as we get that pairing done nice and safely. So now they're on the outside, and he's still trying, but again we got a similar problem. Purchase. He's got better purchase there, although he is literally pushing her along. So we let this carry on for a little while, and it really wasn't working out very well, and we got them back in the enclosure. And as we can see there now, look at the colours there. He's got her wedged into the corner, and one of the things that we noticed with these guys is they're none particularly quick. This went on backwards and forwards in like this for well over an hour, and yeah, he absolutely struggled. Although she seems willing, she's not 100% giving it up. You can see now he's trying to turn around. You can see there she's not particularly putting up any fight, but she's not helping out much either. Now he's trying to raise her up now. Obviously the taller he can make her stand up, the less he has to reach underneath. So he can reach that epigastric furrow a little easier if she's actually upright. Now when we've paired our other Brachypelmas, we've often seen that once they get that successful pairing, it is more of a snatch and grab. They literally inseminate, pull them backwards so that they pull the epigastric furrow towards them, and then with their legs they push her legs backwards, almost folds her in half, and that is normally a successful insemination. Now we've not seen any real attempts so far, and like I said, they've been at this over an hour now, and things are moving along steadily but slowly. And you can see there, as long as we're maintaining that constant contact, you can see there with his second pair of legs, every now and again they give a little tiny tap, as you saw just then, a little bit of vibration. Everything there is trying to woo this female into compliance. As you can see there from the abdomen, she is in absolutely beautiful condition. Our male is still maintaining condition, and he does feed, although infrequently. He might go for a few weeks without touching anything at all, and then he'll have a small red runner. But he does like a drink. So he's often seen on the water bowl. Whenever we replenish the water bowl, 9 times out of 10 he will come up and take fresh water straight away. Even when there's water in the bowl, when we top it up, they come and take fresh water. I don't know if that's because maybe it's cold. Sometimes we give it to them on room temperature and we still get the same thing. So yeah, don't know. Now you can see now, he's literally trying to reach under and she's allowing her abdomen to drop down a little bit. He's trying to get some purchase there. Very, very difficult. You can see there he's using the back of the tub to actually gain that purchase. It's almost like he's learned that the substrate just isn't solid enough for him to be able to push forward. You can see that leg straightening out. It sometimes beggars the question when we are pairing our spiders like this, you know, why on earth do some of them find it so difficult? Why do they take so long? And yet other times they can literally be in and out in a matter of minutes. So is this the female playing hard to get? The male just really not knowing what it's all about? Remember, it's very instinctual for these spiders, especially the males. They go through life being absolutely normal, just thinking they're a spider, and then one day they molt out into a mature male and everything changes. Hormones take over and he just runs around looking for that lady of his life until he literally bumps into a female, and that is the first he ever knows of it. And hey presto, here we go. You can see there where he's struggling to get the footage. This is something else that we see a lot with these spiders, especially with the long pairings. They literally pause and rest for quite long periods of time, and then all of a sudden they wake up and they're back on it again. And it seems to be that as long as they remain within contact with one another, they can in fact stop and relax and wait that little bit of time. Still seeing no aggression from our female whatsoever. Ooh, 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 ooh. What was that? A little bit of pushback from our female there, I think. You notice her fangs are quite extended. This isn't always a sign of aggression. Quite often our females will extend their fangs while they're pairing. It doesn't appear to be an aggressive posture. You can see there he is flat to the floor. He's trying to push her back, trying to get in there. You notice he's a long way away at the moment. He needs to really come up. And it looks like he's going to try and turn her again. Here we go. Now he's trying again. And unfortunately we can't actually see underneath to see what's going on. Yeah, we're trying a different angle now. He's literally got her pushed up against the side there, so you would think now that he's up against the side as well, they may just give him the leverage that he needs. Now you notice he's getting a little bit further under now. She's got her abdomen raised. You can just see the shadow changing underneath her where he's working away. He must be very close. He's almost disappeared now. Now we're backing off. Yep, he's gone. He's out of there. Now, was that a successful pairing? I wouldn't like to say. Why did he give up? Again, we'll never know. There we go. We put the tub on top of him now, so he's secure. Even if she comes out, he's perfectly safe. So we will try these guys again and see what happens. But I'm not entirely convinced that we had a successful pairing that time. Watch this space. Well then, as I did warn you in the beginning, they're very, very slow. Really slow. And we had to coax him into actually sort of making a bit of a move. Once they get going and they sort of meet one another, they're not too bad. But you see, we had some certain problems there. And we mentioned in the video about the cocoa fibre. Now, I don't really like cocoa fibre, but for these species in these boxes, it does work out quite well because you can add a little bit of humidity and they actually dry out naturally. They dry out on their own. So it's not a bad stuff in that instance. But the problems it caused was, you can see there, our male didn't get much leverage when he was trying to push the female. So that was a little bit of annoyance. And well, we're just going to have to wait and see. Now, you would have seen there, he pushed her into the corner. And normally when you get an insemination with these guys, it's normally quite rough. And you normally see him pull them into them. We didn't see none of that. So I'm not 100% sure whether we got a decent insemination or whether he just gave up. I don't know. True brachy fashion. Got bored and wandered off. You know, they're so slow. But anyway, they're worth a try. And as we said, we don't see many of them in the hobby. So fingers crossed, we're going to be successful with these guys. Now, we have paired them again. And this time we put them in our net enclosure and left them overnight. And I did, in fact, come in and find them pairing at the top of the enclosure. Now, this is a terrestrial spider, as you well know. And there they are, up there like arboreals, on the side of the net, and they're getting it on. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, you know, perhaps they are a bit flash after all. But, you know, they got up there and they done the job. So we have had two opportunities. So that's our male done now. We won't pair him again. We won't risk his life anymore. So he will now be available to be sent off onto other projects. And hopefully our girl will be gravid. We have done a couple of the brackies recently, and we've done some in the past, but nothing's materialised from them. And I do think with the brackies, we need to play around a lot more with things like conditions. And I think we need to really condition them properly. Maybe giving them a winter period. I'm not 100% sure. But hopefully next year, when we're a bit more settled, we'll put a little bit more effort into them and see where we go. But yeah, I think you'll agree they really are a cool spider. They are very pretty. And yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. Right, we've got lots and lots of other pairing videos on the way. So stay tuned. And we've got quite a few fossorials, some of the other normal stuff as well, some arboreal stuff, so some really cool stuff. So we will start to get them out now. We're getting back on track with the breeding. So all being well, everything will be good. Right then. Well, I hope you had a good New Year's, and I guess the hangovers are really sticking in now as you're watching this video. But yeah, never mind. I hope you all had a good time, and don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.